Hi everyone, my name is Karla and my company name is Karla Kay Art. Welcome to my art studio. I specialize in hand painted silk, and that's what this video channel is about. It's about all of my artwork. This is my first YouTube video, so we'll see how this all goes. I have to edit this, learn how to edit this next, so that's an exciting challenge for me. But for you guys, I'm going to take you on a tour of the studio that I have in my house, as well as the studio we're building outside. We've been working on that studio for about 6 months now, and it is coming along great. And I want to take you on a tour and show you what that looks like. I hope to be posting these videos once a week. So if you like this video, press like down below, or you can subscribe and get little notifications about whenever I put out another video. And as I said, this video is about the artwork of Karla Kay. I sign all my art pieces Karla Kay, and my company name is Karla Kay Art, and I live in Arlington, Washington. It's about an hour north of Seattle, and I live on a small farm with some horses and a cat and my family. I'm gonna sign this off and then take you around and give you a tour of the studios. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Karla again from Karla Kay Art, and just taking you all on a brief tour of my art studio. And I'm hand holding this tripod, so it might get a little bumpy, just so you can kind of see what my in-house studio looks like. I specialize in hand painted silk, so as I get around the corner here, you're going to see some of the silk that I've already done and is in process. This is where I store all my silk supplies and my painting supplies, my dyes and my resists. I also have some soy wax and some beeswax on the bottom there for batik-like work. That's where all my computer stuff goes. This is my Cricut. I just bought the Cricut. I don't even know how to use it yet. I turned it on and got all freaked out because I saw all this stuff about subscriptions and having to buy a subscription, and it wasn't until I'd studied a little bit more that I learned that because I'm making my own designs, I don't need to buy that subscription. But it worried me for a second because no one told me there was a subscription involved. That's one of my big pads in the back. It works just like a large phone, but it doesn't make calls. That is my serger, which was gifted to me by my cousin Renee, and I'm so grateful to her. That's how I hem all my pieces. A lot of people ask about how I hem my work. Those are some scraps from the hemming that I've done over the past week or so. As you can see, it kind of builds up. Thinking about saving some of this stuff to perhaps weave it, but it's hard because there's a lot of filaments. You can even see the filaments dancing in the air. It frays up pretty bad. So this is my drawing table, and this is my brand new iPad. This is the most current iPad they have out. It just arrived the other day. This is my tracing, my light pad. I wish it was bigger, but we work with what we've got. My phone case. I'm shooting all of this on my phone. It's a Samsung phone. There's some more of my art supplies. All my watercolors and prints and inks are in there. Here's some more art supplies and my calendar and stuff. And then here's my ironing board with some silk work on it. And I posted this on Instagram earlier this week and just got a ton of comments because I posted this rack. This rack is all the work that either I own or has been sold or is getting ready to be sold. And so over here, you can see this is my latest piece, and I just finished painting it last night, and it's drying. It has to cure for a good 24 to 48 hours before I can steam it, which is another part of the curing process. And then once that's all done, I wash it and I iron it and I hem it on the serger. I showed you that machine earlier. And this is the bridal veil hem I do from the serger. And this particular piece is going to be a wall hanging. Many of what you see up here are scarves. For the most part, I work on a pretty thick silk charmeuse, a 19 mummy silk charmeuse, but I do have some thinner habate scarves. This was actually, I bought this pre-hemmed from Dharma Trading Company, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is my first video. I'm just being upfront and telling people about where I get my supplies. Hi. And then this is where I store all my silk. This is my newsprint, and I'll talk to you about that later. There's my designs. It's a mess. And there's the silk that I've purchased, whether it's pre-hemmed scarves or just silk yardage, and you can see back here the bolts of silk that I've ordered. Thank goodness I ordered this all, because I'm taking this during the quarantine period for COVID-19, and it would be difficult, I think, to get silk right now. I haven't checked. I just have enough that I don't have to worry about it right now. Those are my lights for filming and for doing artwork. My standing tripod, and my another little tripod I have, and I'm just using my handheld tripod right now. Some people follow me from overseas, India and the like, and they've had lots of comments about my house, my studio. I live in a log home. I live in Arlington, Washington, which is about an hour north of Seattle, about 40 minutes north right now because there's absolutely no traffic because of the COVID deal. But my house is entirely made of logs, and it has big soaring ceilings. It's an open house concept, so the only rooms that have 4 walls and a ceiling are actually the bathrooms. But the logs are a great insulator, and they also are a great sound insulator, so you don't really hear people when they're across the home. There's a couple of my picture frames right there, so you can see what those look like for stretching the artwork. That's how I stretch the silk. And I'm gonna close this video up and take you outside to see my outside studio. Oh, brief view, because a lot of people know my daughter and I share a passion for horses. So there's the horse trailer, and there's the lower pasture out there. I'll take you outside to show you the outside studio here in just a second. Hold with me. Okay, so I've stepped outside the house. This is one of the decks that surround the house, and I'm going out to the art studio, which is just across the driveway parking lot here. We live in Arlington, Washington. Again, it's about an hour north of Seattle, and we live on 5 acres. We have some animals, a few horses, and a cat. So here I am, taking you to the outside studio, and I would work out here all the time, except that it's still pretty cold. We actually have a heater in place now, and I can explain the horse buggy right there. It's missing its wheels, but again, my daughter and I are into horses, and so we've done the driving thing as well as horseback riding. And there's my banners. If you've ever seen me at an art show or at one of the art events, those are the banners that I use. And these are the tables that I teach my art classes on. We have installed a pellet stove right here, and it does heat up the place pretty good, but there's a lot of windows yet with just plastic on them, so the building cannot keep the heat in. This wall that's covered in plastic over here, those are actually doors that are going to be able to be open during the summer when it gets warm here in Washington. As I said, we're just in the process of building this, so we covered it with plastic so that there could be a bit more warmth in here when I'm teaching classes. And this is my little gallery store that I have, and so I'll take you inside. These are all the racks from my art show displays. I just have them set up in here. And so there's some skinny scarves and a print of one of my bandanas. That's a print of one of my horses, Goldie. And here are some of the scarves that I've got. The blue scarf here is a compilation scarf. It's a series of scarf strips that have been sewn together. On the white shirt there, that's a skinny scarf, and they come with that black chain on it. That's included in the price. There's one of the mannequins I use to model my scarves for the camera. And here are some other scarves that I've got. Some of these are purchased and with fringe. They're just lovely. This is a 50-inch scarf with like 6 inches of fringe, and it even has some braiding there. It's just a beautiful scarf. And then this is a beach bag that I got of that Goldie picture, my horse again. And this is off of the Fine Art America site, and I have a membership there, and so you can go there and order one of those yourself if you like. They're really nice quality. I ordered them to see what kind of type of quality they are, and they're great. It's printed on both sides. It's wonderful. If any of you know me very well, you know that I love purses. So I was so excited when I was able to get a bag with my artwork on it. This is an old kitchen queen that my dad gave me, actually. It came from back east to Redmond, Washington, and a long, long time ago. And when he sold the house, he owned the house, and when he sold the house, he let me keep the kitchen queen. These are some different scarf jewelry pieces that I have. And scarf jewelry I purchased because some of my friends wanted to support me and buy my work, but they didn't really wear scarves and didn't know how to display them. So the scarf jewelry allows you to make the scarves into a bit of a necklace. So that's what you see here, the scarf jewelry on the bandana. So that's why I started making scarf jewelry, and that's why I have some pieces of it. Part of what I'll do with the cricket is cut up some other designs that I've made to make more interesting scarf jewelry. Here are some bandanas that are completed and ready for sale. And here is some more scarf jewelry. This particular scarf jewelry, I made all these with the color in them, but the silver I just purchased and from a maker overseas, and you can see a piece of it here, the elephant on the bandana. My intent is really not to make money off of those. I just cover my cost. They're just a supplement to my artwork to show people, to help sell the scarves. And then there's a couple of the coloring posters I made from some of my hand-painted silk designs. And when I come back this way again, you'll see me in the mirror. Hi. Those are some more of the coloring posters I made. They're partially colored in. They were examples to help sell the pieces. And again, I'll take you back this way, and you can see a piece of scarf jewelry hanging on that geometric piece. I love that piece. I may end up keeping that piece myself. Every time I take a picture of it, I love it a little more. And here are some pieces with scarf jewelry, the skinny scarves with scarf jewelry hanging on them instead of the chain that I showed you before. This is with the scarf jewelry, and because the scarf jewelry packets came, the supplies came with some necklaces, I went ahead and made some necklaces as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my art studio. Again, this is the classroom area down below. Up above, you go behind that blue plastic curtain, there's a stairwell that leads upstairs, and that's where my formal studio will eventually be. It won't be in the house, it'll be out here, but they're still building that upstairs, so I don't feel comfortable taking you on a tour because I'm not sure what to expect. But the ceiling up there is 12 or 13 feet tall, just like down here. It's really big. Oh, and I will let you take a sneak peek of this room, only because this is my storage area. You can see the loom and the spinning wheel in the back there, as well as the sewing back there in the corner, the long sewing table. So I'll be getting those set up upstairs once we get the upstairs completed. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my art studio, and if you like this video, if you think you're interested in following my work as a hand-painted silk maker and a printer of images, please feel free to press the like button down below and subscribe to my channel. Again, you're watching video number 1. So thank you for coming along on this tour. There's a close-up of a silk piece being painted on. You can see where the black lines have been drawn and it's been drawing in. And then this is a picture. I keep saying this is it, and then I keep taking you on more of a tour. This is some of my silk dyes that are set up to be used. This is actually was set up for a class, and I just keep it set up because as I go along for classes, I do demos as I'm going so people can see how the different tips and tricks work on the silk. And there again is my 2 banners, the flower banner and the dragon banner, which always get a ton of comments whenever I'm out at an art festival. I hope you're having a great day and enjoying the weather despite the COVID stuff that's going on, COVID-19 stuff that's going on. Hopefully you get a chance to at least walk outside for a little bit today and enjoy some sunshine in your area. See you next time at Karla Kay Art Studio.